ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you to our weekly online class. Today we are going to discuss on Bhagavad Gita, the entire Bhagavad Gita. In this 1 hour, we are going to cover Srimad Bhagavad Gita, starting from the first chapter to the last chapter. So this would be like on Sampurn Bhagavad Gita. In 1 hour, we are going to understand the complete flow of Bhagavad Gita, what Lord Krishna has conveyed his message, and what Lord Krishna wanted to speak the message of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna through all this 18 chapter. This we are going to cover. So this is one of the very important session, and I request all of you to be very attentive and listen this 18 chapter, how the flow of the thread of Bhagavad Gita is continue over this 18 chapter. Sometimes when you go into one chapter and you are studying one sloka, then you miss the flow. So my point here is that today in our class, we are covering the entire flow of Bhagavad Gita. And if you have any questions or any comment, please you can ask at the end of the class. We'll take the questions. Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, the total Bhagavad Gita, if you see, there are 18 chapter and 700 slokas are there in the Bhagavad Gita. And each chapter is a kind of a yoga Krishna is teaching to Arjuna. So I will tell each chapter one name of one kind of a yoga. How that concept is coming in the chapter, that also we'll see. And also we are going to discuss the essence of Bhagavad Gita in our discussion. Okay. So before beginning the Bhagavad Gita, one of the famous teacher that is known as Sankaracharya, he has glorified Bhagavad Gita. In so many sloka he is glorified. I am just telling one of the sloka. Mala nirmochanam pumsa jalasnanam dine dine sakrit gita mritam snanam samsara mala nasanam. What is telling? Mala nirmochanam pumsa jalasnanam dine dine. Every day you are taking shower. Correct. Every day you're taking shower, and all the dirt from your body, that is, you are getting rid of it. Similarly, here he is telling that just if you drink the nectar of Bhagavad Gita once in your life, then samsara malanasanam, the dirt of this material world, that will be gone. Means you will be free from all the dirty things of this material world. That is the benefit of Bhagavad Gita, and the soul become pure and get connected with the God. So that's what the benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita, Shankaracharya tells. Okay, so everyone knows that how the Bhagavad Gita begins, the history of Mahabharata. Especially everybody know that what all things happened between Kaurava and Pandava. And Kaurava, they cheated Pandavas, and they were not ready to give the 5 villages to Pandavas. And then at last they have to fight because they need that village, because they were Kshatriya. They have to rule. They can't just sit at idle at the home. And then the war was designed, and everyone came in front of each other for the fighting. And then in that fighting, when Arjuna sees his relatives, that is the time Arjuna becomes bewildered, and Krishna tells Mahabharata. Krishna tells Bhagavad Gita. And in Bhagavad Gita, if you see, Krishna is telling these are the 5 things you will see in the Bhagavad Gita. The first thing is that Jiva, we are not this body, but we are the spirit soul. That is the first concept. These are the 5 concept are explained across the Bhagavad Gita in 18 chapter. So I'm just writing these 5 things, what all things we are reading in Bhagavad Gita. Concept number 1 is that we are not this body, but we are the eternal soul, spirit soul connected to the God. Concept number 2, Prakriti. Prakriti means what? The soul is encapsulated by a Prakriti. The soul is covered under material things, that is called Prakriti. So here, for example, the soul is identified himself as a doctor, engineer. This is my house. This is my bungalow. This is my car. This is my this, that. So whatever material things we are identifying, this is my smartphone. This is my iPhone. Suppose whatever thing you are identifying yourself, that is like the Prakriti, and you try to enjoy that Prakriti with yourself. That is the second thing. And third thing is karma. Karma is what? Whenever you are interacting with the Prakriti, if you are doing some good activity, then the Prakriti gives good result. Somebody is born in the house of a Ambani, somebody is born in the house of a beggar. So what is that factor that decides? So it all depends on the what kind of activities you are doing. That is called karma. And the duration of the activity also not eternal. That is called the kala. The fourth is the time factor. Everyone has their time, right? 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, the duration of the time. In this time factor, in this duration of the time only, whatever you are functioning, you have to function. So that bandwidth is fixed. That is called the kala. And then the fifth concept we are reading in the Gita is called Ishvara. That there is a person who is above all these things and he is controlling everything, and that is the Ishvara. Nothing happens without the sanction of the Ishvara. Okay, so these are the five concepts Krishna is explaining Arjuna through all these 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So that's what we are going to understand, the five topics of Bhagavad Gita across the 18 chapters. And then, if we see Gita, prominently in the Gita, three kinds of yoga sections are there. The first six chapter, if you see, it's like a karma yoga section where Krishna is telling about the activities. And the last six chapter, if you'll see, 13 to 18, they are like the Jnana Yoga section. Krishna is more about telling about the knowledge aspect. And the middle six chapter of the Gita, if you'll see, Krishna is explaining about the bhakti aspect of Krishna consciousness. In this way, here we can see these are the prominently three varieties of yoga Krishna is explaining here in Gita. And also, if you see, acharyas are giving a nice analogy. It's like a jewel box. There is a lower lid and upper lid. The lower lid is like the karma yoga section, first six chapter, and the upper lid is like the jnana yoga section, the last six chapter. And actually, the essence, what you keep inside a jewel box, the diamond, the jewel, right? That is the essence, and that is like the bhakti, the middle six chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In this way, we can understand the Gita, 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Let's try to understand the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter begins with the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So, when Arjuna was standing for the fight, and first time he is seeing my grandfather Pitama Bhishma is standing in front of me. Come on, how can I kill Pitama Bhishma? He's my grandfather. It's not possible for me. And then he sees his own teacher is standing in front of him. Then Arjuna decides that I will not fight. That's it. And Arjuna laments that how can I kill my own relative? It's not at all possible for me. And the Vishad means Arjuna is lamenting, and that is the time. Just imagine you are suppose Sachin Tendulkar is going for batting, and when he's seeing the final match, and the bowler is about to ball, and Sachin tells him, "I won't bet." Can you imagine what kind of pressure the coach will get? My God, people will fire the coach. So the coach will come and he will tell her, "What's the problem? Come on, it's the final match. Do it." So Arjuna is like that. He's telling he's the number one batsman of Pandavas, and he's telling that I want to fight. So the coach Krishna is telling, "What happened, my dear student? This is not the point of argument. It's the time of action. Come on." And that's how the famous, fantastic coach Krishna is starting his coaching from the chapter second, and he is making Arjuna to understand the life lessons of the human body. And the second chapter, Lord Krishna tells about Sankhya Yoga. So in the Sankhya Yoga is like a very basic yoga where you understand that we are not this body, but there is another body that is situated inside this body. And that is what we are going to understand in this Sankhya Yoga. So Krishna is telling that dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha deha antara prapta dhira satra namoyate, that there is a body, another body that is situated inside this body. And this body may die, but the body who is there inside this body, that is not going to die. And my dear Arjuna, you are that body, the soul. So don't worry that you are killing your grandfather or you are killing your teacher. You are not able to kill them. They are the soul. Right? You are just destroying their body. So the main concept of this body, soul, all this Sankhya concept was explained in the second chapter. And then Krishna in every chapter, he just increase one level and he goes to the next level. And the third chapter, if you see, Krishna more focuses on the Karma Yoga section. That he tells, come on, Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya, you are a fighter, and you are telling that you won't fight. Now, what people will say about you? You are a fighter, you have to fight. That is your duty. And then Krishna explains about the Yadeda Acharade Srashta. If a leader will not perform his duty, then what the normal people will follow? They will be misled. And you are a leader, you are a king, you are a Kshatriya. People are seeing you, your action, they're watching your words, what you are speaking. So come on, you have to set an example. Karma Yoga, he inspires Arjuna to perform his duties as a Kshatriya and fight for the right cause. That is what the third chapter Krishna explains. And then he explains about the jnana also, that when a person purifies his heart, then he can relinquish all the duties and he can practice sannyas, jnana, that he was explaining. So Arjuna was thinking that, then Arjuna was thinking that all this knowledge, everything, how did you get that? He tells that actually, I spoke this knowledge to Vivashwan, the sun god. Then he spoke to the Ikshako. That's how the knowledge was coming. And all this knowledge part he was discussing in the fourth chapter, Jnana Yoga section. And Arjuna was listening of this Jnana Yoga section, that just give up all the activity, sit at one place in the forest and meditate on the Lord, read the books. Arjuna thinks that, wow, what a yoga it is. Very nice. No need to fight. My dear Krishna, I am ready for Jnana Yoga. Haribol, let me go to a forest. We'll have a nice time in the forest. We'll sit there, do meditation, read pustak, and do chant. That's it. Why you are making me kill my relatives? Again, Arjuna tells that. I don't want my kingdom. I don't want to become a king. I am happy begging and just enjoying in the forest. So then Krishna, my God, again he just went to that same loop. So in the fifth chapter, Krishna tries to make Arjuna understand the karma sannyasa yoga. He tells Arjuna, you are thinking that you will give up everything and you'll go to forest and do meditation, right? But you know one thing, your nature will force you. So he tells that the nice story is coming into my mind. There was a sannyasi, he gave up everything and he comes to the forest for meditation. And he was doing meditation. Oh. And he sees that a small rat was coming and he was just cutting his dhoti. Oh my God, there is a rat. I have to do something. And that yogi brings a cat. That cat will come, then rat will go, right? So brings a cat. Cat comes. The moment cat enters the house, the rat just went away. And then after some time, he hears that meow. My God, he needs some food. So then what he was thinking, that what to feed the cat? Oh, cat drinks milk, right? Wow. Let me bring a cow. Then I'll get milk from the cow. Then the cat will be happy. He brings a cow. And after some time, the cat was peaceful and he was sleeping, but he hears another sound. Bah! My God, what he needs? He needs food. So, what cow? What cow needs? Wow, grass. I have to bring a grass. Then he was thinking, maintaining a cow not an easy thing. You have to clean the cow, you have to clean the cow shed, you have to feed food, everything. How can I do alone? I have to meditate. Oh, let me bring a maid servant. She can do everything very nicely. Then he brings a maid servant. And she was doing everything very nicely, taking care. But then he hears rumors that people were talking bad words about him, that what kind of sadhu he is, keeping a lady in the house, and all kind of rumors he was hearing. Then he was thinking, my God, let me marry this lady only. I will stop all the rumors. And then eventually he married to that lady. And again he started another family. Childs were born and they were going to school. And the wife is telling, what you're doing every day sitting at one place? Bring money. We need money to maintain the house. And then he was thinking, oh my God, I left everything. And again, everything I started in this jungle. So that is what Krishna is telling Arjuna, karma sannyasa yoga. It is not possible to give up everything in this world, because to eat something, you have to do some activity. You cannot sit at one place silently. It is not possible. So that's called karma. Okay, you want to do sannyas, but you can do karma sannyas how? You do your activity, don't attach to the result. Rather than giving up the activity, you do the activity, but give up the result of that activity. And that is very, very, very shape, very, very best in my opinion, because that is not a risky thing. Because you are engaged with the activity, you will be doing some activity, and eventually you will get the basic necessity of the life. So, my dear Arjuna, don't think much about the success or failure, victory or win, or defeat. Just fight your war, do your duty, whatever God will give, just get it. That's how Krishna tells about the fifth chapter. And then he was telling that Arjuna, by the way, there is another yoga also, that is called Dhyana Yoga or Astanga Yoga, where people they practice yoga sitting at one place, they meditate and they do yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, all these eight anga they do. That's how the name become Ashtanga Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, eight limbs of yoga. And this is very interesting. Krishna was telling, Arjuna was listening. But then Krishna tells that, but one thing is that in this Ashtanga Yoga, you have to focus your mind. You have to, because in Ashtanga Yoga, the mind is pivotal element. You have to focus, control the mind. So then Arjuna was thinking, my God, my mind is very chanchalam. Chanchalam pramada. My mind is very fickle. I cannot control my mind. Oh dear Krishna, if you tell, then I can control the direction of the wind, but I cannot control my mind. Not possible. It's not for me. Not my cup of tea. Arjuna tells that Ashtanga Yoga I can't do. Tell something other. And that is the time Krishna in the last chapter of Ashtanga Yoga, in the sixth chapter, in 6.47, Krishna tells that Yoginam api sarvesham madagada antaratmana sraddhavan bhajate yomam samyukta tamamataha. Oh, my dear Arjuna, there are so many yogis are there, karma, jnani, ashtang. Yoginam api sarvesham madgad antaratmana. That person who is doing, thinking about me, Madgad Antaratmana. In his Antaratmana, he is actually the best yogi. Arjuna tells, wow, looks interesting. Who is that person? Please let me know. And then Krishna begins the seventh chapter. That is called Vijnana Yoga. This is the first time. Now, if you see, remember the first six chapter were dealing with the karma section. Now, from 7 to 12 chapter are the nectarian chapters of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is now going to introduce the bhakti element in yoga. Okay, that is called Vijnana Yoga. So here Krishna is going to explain that Arjuna, bhakti is very nice. You can practice bhakti, but there are different shades of bhakti also. So in the seventh chapter, Krishna is telling that Vijnana Yoga means karma, if somebody is practicing karma, jnana, and is transitioning to bhakti, is coming to bhakti. So suppose something you are practicing since so long, it's not so easy to give up immediately, right? So they, what they do, they practice bhakti, but they also attach to the karma, jnana yoga, what they were used to practice earlier. So that is called Karma Misra Bhakti, Jnana Misra Bhakti. So it's like a mixture of Jnana and Bhakti, mixture of Karma and Bhakti. So that is what Krishna is explaining the seventh chapter, that this is also called Vijnana Yoga, because the Jnana is there, but because of the Bhakti, the realizations are coming, the Vijnana are coming. That is called also Vijnana Yoga. But Arjuna was listening, but not so satisfied. And then, eighth chapter, Krishna tells, okay, Arjuna, there is Taraka Brahma Yoga also. So in this chapter, Krishna tells that the Astanga yogis, when they are becoming bhakta, when they are becoming bhakti, they are starting bhakti, they are called Taraka Brahma Yoga, because they are already meditating on the Brahma. They want to get Brahman, meditation on the super soul, Param Brahma, and they add the bhakti element into. So it's like a mixture of yoga, Astanga yoga, bhakti yoga. This is called Taraka Brahma Yoga. And Arjuna was listening, but that was Arjuna was not so attracted about this. Taraka Brahma Yoga also. And then Krishna tells in the ninth chapter, okay, my dear friend, Rajaguhya Yoga, the most king of all the yogas, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, Evam Pavitram. This is the most secret yoga. Arjuna, be ready. I'm going to tell you the most secret of all the yoga. Are you ready? So, exactly, if you see, Krishna is telling this in the ninth chapter. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters. And in that 18th chapter, if you see, in the middle of 18th chapter is the ninth chapter, where Krishna is revealing the most secret of all yoga is bhakti, pure devotional service to Lord Krishna. That's it. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Krishna is telling, I will be pleased by a mere leaves, flower, water. I don't get attracted to wealth, money, chappan bhog. You can please me with just simple flower, leaves, and water if you are offering this with love and devotion. When Krishna went to Hastinapur, Duryodhana was offering 56 items, chappan bhog, but Krishna rejected. I don't want it. And he went to Bidura's house. That time, Bidura was not offering anything. Bidura has already had his lunch. And Krishna was knocking the door that I want something, give me something. And Bidurani was in tension what to give. At that time, only bananas he had. And in nervous, he was giving the banana peels and throwing the bananas. And Krishna was honoring it. Krishna was eating it. Krishna was not telling you blind, you can't see what you are offering. But Krishna was not disturbing. Why? Because Krishna was releasing her love and affection. That's how Krishna was eating the peels of the banana. Can you imagine the love of God? That is what called bhakti yoga, pure devotional service. Krishna explains in the ninth chapter. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. You may just offer anything to me with devotion, my dear Arjuna. I get so much happiness in my heart, and I accept that. And this pure devotional things Krishna explains in the ninth chapter. Arjuna become very satisfied. Wow, what a yoga it is. Rajguhya Yoga, Bhakti. Yes, I like this. And then Arjuna asked question that, oh my dear Lord, I come to know that you are God. Come on. I was thinking that you are my friend. And now you are telling "Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta. You are anything you offer to me, I get pleased. That means you are the God. Come on. I want to know more about you. Tell me about you, who you are, what are opulence you have, what are qualities you have. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this is called Vibhuti Yoga. Krishna is now going to advertise himself as I am the God. And Krishna is going to explain that I am the sun in the star. Sun and moon are like two eyes of me. When you are drinking water, I am the taste of that water. So, like that way, Krishna is going to give so many examples that how can you understand me? Everywhere I am present, everywhere we are looking, I am there. My energy are pervading the whole creation. In this way, Krishna is going to explain that all the opulence, all the qualities, all the power in detail in the 10th chapter. And Arjuna was struck with wonder. My God, who this person is? I was thinking he's my friend. My God, he's the God, becoming my charioteer, my servant. what I was doing. So Arjuna was struck with wonder in the 10th chapter. And then anything you listen, you want to see, right? Suppose some friend tells you that, Arey, you watch that movie? What a movie, yaar. What a scene. What is that? When he tells all these things, you hear. One point, that's it. Stop it. Where is the movie? Which theater? Then automatically you go and you want to watch the full movie, 3 hour movie, because you heard it for 5, 10 minutes, and that was enough to kindle that fire for watching the movie. So when Arjuna heard the qualities of Krishna in the 10th chapter, 11th chapter, he is getting a desire to see that form of Lord Krishna, what he explained in the 10th chapter. And he requests, my Lord Krishna, please show me that form of your universal form. I want to see that your Godhead. I have seen your other aspect, but I want to see that out of curiosity, Arjuna praise, begs Krishna for that. Krishna, okay, you are my devotee, not an issue. I'll show you. So be ready. Wear the 3D dimension, 3D spect for the movie. And Krishna gives the eye vision to Arjuna to see that. And immediately Krishna shows the universal form. And Arjuna says, my God, what is this? And he sees that the sun and moon are like the two eyes of Krishna. From the mouth, fire are coming out. All the Kauravas are entering into the Krishna's mouth, and the dying Krishna is telling that Arjuna, if you'll not kill them, then I am going to kill them because I am the time factor, and I have already decided that I am going to kill them. So just become my instrument. Nimitta matra bhavasabhya sachi. Just become my instrument and act according to my desire. Take the credit. My God. When Arjuna sees all these things now, he started trembling. My God, Prabhu, Krishna, God, please forgive me. I have committed so much offense to you. We have eaten in the same thali, slept in the same bed, and used to do so much of fun, enjoyment together. Sometimes I used to mock you, sometimes I used to cut joke on you. Please forgive me. You are God. I didn't know. And that's how Arjuna started crying in the 11th chapter. If you will agree, in the 11th chapter, Arjuna practically started crying and he was trembling. My God, you are God. Please forgive me for my offenses. And then Arjuna tells Krishna, I can't see this form anymore. Please become that two-handed form. That was good. This universal form I cannot handle. It's very tough for me. I can't tolerate this heat, light, effulgence. Just become my friend, two-handed form, Krishna. That is good for me. And then when Arjuna requests in the 11th chapter, Krishna again become two-handed. Soumya, Bapu, again the pleasant Krishna, smiling Krishna he becomes. And then, if you remember, I told in the beginning that 7th chapter to chapter 12, Krishna is explaining about Bhakti Yoga. So now he is ending the Bhakti Yoga section. So it is a duty of a teacher when he is ending some section, then he summarizes the things what he has already taught. So now Krishna is summarizing the concept of bhakti in the 12th chapter. That Arjuna, this is called Bhakti Yoga, I taught you, and this is the essence of Bhakti Yoga, that surrender everything to me and just manvana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. Just engage your mind in my service, engage, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me. Whenever you look into me, offer your pranam. By that, you will please me. And the essence of Bhakti Yoga, if you read Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna tells that the Nama Japa, so many yajnas are there, but Japa Yajna, Krishna tells that I am the Japa Yajna. Chanting of the holy name is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. Harer Nam, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Naste Va Gatiranyata. This chanting of holy name is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. And that is what Prabhupada writes in the purport, that this chanting of Hare Krishna is the thing in the bhakti, because when you chant Hare Krishna, your mind get purifies. When your mind get purified, then whatever action you do, that become bhakti maya, that become Krishna conscious, and you can offer that to Krishna. And that is what Prabhupada explains in the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. And then If you'll remember, I told in the beginning that 13th chapter to last 18th chapter, Krishna explains about the Jnana Yoga section, the knowledge part. Because everything Krishna explained about the bhakti, the topmost thing what Krishna is supposed to give, Krishna has already given in the beginning chapters till the 12th chapter. Now Krishna thinks that, okay, let me also give some Jnana section, the knowledge section. That is also very important for an sadhaka, right? So in the 13th chapter, Krishna explains that Purusha Prakriti, Atma. So it tells that three things are very important. One is the Jivatma, correct? Another is the nature, and the third is called the Purusha, God. So Jivatma, Prakriti, and God, all the interaction happens between these three things. And that is called Prakriti Purusha Vibhaga Yoga. So Jivatma desires something. I want to eat a gulab jamun. Okay. And then he may go to a restaurant for a gulab jamun. He may have a car. He have all the facility. So he may be driving to go to a restaurant for gulab jamun. Just by imagine in a road, there would be a traffic police. And there is a traffic, heavy traffic. And the traffic police is not allowing. There is some problem. And he tried his level best to go, but he's not able to go. Because the Daiva, the Purusa is not sanctioning. So although he has a desire and he has a vehicle, he has a money, he have everything, still he cannot go there. Why? The Daiva, the destiny is not allowing. So soul, nature, destiny. These are the three things. The interaction of these three things is called Prakriti Purusa Vibhaga Yoga. And this concept Krishna explains very nicely to Arjuna in the 13th chapter. And then in the 14th chapter, Krishna explains that somebody may ask, na, why the soul was captured in the Prakriti, in the nature? Why the nature is torturing the Jivatma, the soul? Why can't the soul be free? Krishna tells them, my dear Arjuna, there are three kinds of ropes, you know. Guna Traya Vivaka Yoga. Guna means three kinds of gunas are there. Traya means three. There are three kinds of gunas are there. What are the three kinds of guna? Sattva, Rajas, Tama. Goodness, passion, ignorance. So these three kinds of ropes, they are always binding the Jivatma. We are thinking that I am doing the activity. Actually, we are not doing the activity. The gunas are making us to dance like that. Eh? So a Sattva people is very calm, quiet, silence. Rajaguna people are like very active. They are very passionate. And Tamaguna people, they are always sleeping, dull-headed. They don't want anything. So Krishna is telling actually these three kinds of gunas, they make people dance accordingly and they do accordingly the activity. So Krishna was in this chapter, Krishna explains that in this creation, if you see Arjuna, everything can be divided into these three modes. Anything you think in this creation that can be divided into these three modes. So for example, of your eating habits, suppose you want to eat good food, so that food are coming under these qualities of mode of goodness, like rice, dal, sabji, milk, these all are what? These are all are called sattva, goodness. What is the passionate food? Like chili, khatta, chatpata, pani puri. This food, what you eat, that is very extreme in taste. Very extreme. After eating, the fumes comes out from your tongue, from your nose, from your ears. That is called passionate food. So this food is not at all good for the health. Actually, if you eat too much of this passionate food, it brings disease. Krishna tells that. And then Krishna tells that tamoguni food, ignorant food. What is that? Untouchable food, like non-vegetarian. What you are not supposed to touch that food. And you are putting that food in your stomach. You are making your stomach is a graveyard ground. That is called mode of ignorance. So anything you decide, Krishna tells that everything in the world are divided into these three kinds of guna, three kinds of modes. So my dear Arjuna, understand that actually these three modes are making you dance. So don't get captured by these three modes. come above it, because I am above it, and these three modes are controlling. When somebody is coming to me, then automatically these three modes leaves that person. So when you are surrendering to me, Mameva Prabhadante, Maya Meta Tarantite. When you are coming to me, then Maya will automatically leave you. So one devotee was offering prayer to Lord Krishna, and he says that there is a Maya Devi standing behind Krishna. So he tells them, Lord, who was standing behind you looks very beautiful. Krishna, don't watch there. Don't see there. She's Maya. So if I am visible, then she won't be visible. If you leave me, then she will come in the front. So who you want? Me or Maya? No, no, I want you only. Oh, then be happy. So whenever Krishna is there, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hoye andhakar. Jahan Krishna, tahan nahi Maya Radhaka. So Krishna is like a sun and Maya is like a darkness. If sun will come, then darkness will go. Getting the point? So when Krishna is rising in your heart, then automatically Maya will leave you. That is what the 14th chapter Krishna is explains here. And then Arjuna was thinking how to get rid of this Maya, these three modes. Krishna explains very nice example I'm going to tell you. So in the 15th chapter, Krishna explains Purushottama Yoga. What is this Purushottama Yoga? Krishna tells that Arjuna, have you ever eaten mangoes from any river bed, from the water? Have you seen any tree in the water? My God, tree doesn't come in the water. Tree comes in the land, right? But Krishna is asking, so if you see, observe how you see a tree in the water. If you go to the river bank, and if in the bank there is a huge tree, then automatically the reflection comes in the river, and you see a tree in the river, right? Now suppose somebody sees that a mango tree in the river, and he jumps into the river water to find out a huge mango, and is diving deep, deep, deep. He's going to find a mango. Will he find the mango? Never, ever. Because mangoes are on the top of the tree, not in the water. But the reflection is there in the water. That's what Krishna explains that. My dear Arjuna, this material world is like a reflection of the original world. Actually, the original world is spiritual world, but that was reflected in the material world, and people try to get happiness in the material world by going deep, deep, by earning money, by doing that, this, that. But you cannot find happiness because you are not belong to this world. And then he was telling, real intelligent person will try to find the root of that tree. If you see in this picture, it's an inverted banyan tree, right? And in the root is connected to the original tree. If you are finding at the root Brahma, and through that you will get connected to the original spiritual world. So that's how in this tree, the roots which are on upward direction, they are the devatas, and more you are going downward, you are becoming animals, demons, and the lower the species it becomes. So try to get rid and to connect to the spiritual world. Krishna tells in the 15th chapter. And when Arjuna hears all these things about the devatas, about the demon, Arjuna thinks that looks like I am one of the demon. Arjuna is very humble, right? He's a very nice devotee. So Arjuna thinks that I think I am also demon, because just see what kind of person I am. I have come here to kill my grandfather and teachers. Demons does like kill their relatives, right? So Krishna looks like I'm also demon. So then Krishna, my God, you are not a demon. Come on. Krishna then explains the qualities of a devotee and qualities of a demon. That Daiva Asura Sampada Yoga. Daiva means a devotee, Asura means a demon. So what are the Sampada? What are the opulence of a Daiva? What are the opulence of a demon? Krishna elaborately describes in the 16th chapter. And then Krishna directly tells that Arjuna, by the way, you are not a demon. You are a nice devotee, Krishna tells. And all the five brothers, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Bhima, you, Nakul, Sahadev, you are fantastic devotees. You are devatas. Eh? So don't think like that you are a demon. That's what Krishna clarifies in the 16th chapter. And then in the 17th chapter, Arjuna was bewildered. My God, how these demons are doing all this nonsense activity. What exactly that is driving them? How they will be get purified. So Krishna explains that Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. Krishna explains you, Arjuna, you know one thing. This is the matter of Shraddha. It's a matter of faith. Krishna, Shraddha means faith. Krishna tells that Arjuna, if somebody have a faith on scripture and somebody doesn't have faith on the scripture, and the person who has a faith in the scripture, whatever things he reads in the scripture, he utilizes that thing in the life. That is called Sastrajam Shraddha. Because he is not doing anything whimsically. He is doing whatever is mentioned in the scripture, that he is doing. And that is authentic, that is bona fide. That will make a person go in a right direction and he will become a daiva, a devotee. But problem when it happens, when people does things whimsically, हमें ऐसा अच्छा लगता है इसलिए हम ऐसा करते हैं. वॉट एवर कम्स टू योर माइंड जस्ट डू इट मैन. हु हैव सीन व्हाट विल हैपन टुमारो. डू इट मैन, कम ऑन. People say like that, na? So whatever comes to your mind, do it, na? What's the problem? So that is called Swabhavajam Shraddha. Swabhava means what? Your nature, your mind. So whatever is coming to your mind, if you do it whimsically without checking whether it is right or wrong in the scripture, and that will lead to sinful activity, and that will lead to a demonic mentality. So Krishna is telling that don't do any activity whimsically. These scriptures are given for the mankind to guide them at every step in their life to go in the right direction. So my dear Arjuna, please take shelter of the scriptures. That is what the, and when you are taking shelter of the scripture, the Shraddha, the faith you are getting, that is the best thing that will guide you in the positive direction. So that is what Krishna tells in the 17th chapter. And all the doubts of Arjuna get clarified in the 17th chapter. And as I told, a best teacher is one who, after teaching everything, he revises the things again for the better understanding for his students. So after explaining all the things, Krishna, in the 18th chapter, again he revises all the yoga starting from 2nd to 17th, what all he told, that he revises in the 18th chapter, and that is called the Moksha Yoga. Ultimately, that will lead the soul to the supreme perfection of his life. And Krishna very nicely explains the Karma Yoga, two types, Sakam Karma Yoga, Niskam Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. All the concept he explains very nicely in the 18th chapter. And then, at the last, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, we discussed in the 9th chapter, that the middle chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 9th and 10th, where especially in the 9th chapter, Krishna exactly tells about the pure bhakti, the pure devotional service in detail in the 9th chapter. Again, before ending, Krishna again explained the same sloka, what he explained in the 9.34. Krishna again repeats 18.65. See, if something is very important, then you repeat it, correct? If something is very important, this book is going to teach you, before you end the book, you again revise. Okay, students, you'll understood this concept, because this is very important thing. So Krishna, before ending Bhagavad Gita, in the 18th chapter, in 18.65, again he revised the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madyaji mam namaskaro mam eva shashi satyam te pratijane priyoshime. What Krishna is telling to Arjuna, manmana, in your mind, man is mind, mana, in your mind, think about me always. Bhava mad bhakto, bhava, just become mad bhakta, my devotee. Oh, my dear Arjuna, become my devotee. Mad yaji, always worship me. Yaji means worshipping, always worship me. Mam namaskuru, don't do pranam to here and there, do pranam to me, bow down before me. So these are the four things Krishna telling to Arjuna to do. Manmana, Madhbhakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. So then what will you get by doing this four thing? Krishna is telling, Mam eva shashi satyam te, Mam eva shashi, you will come to me. Krishna is telling, he will come to me. Satyam te, I am telling Satyam. Believe me. Can you imagine how God is so innocently telling Satyam te, I am telling Satyam. I am not telling false. I am not telling lie. My dear Arjun, please have faith on my words. I am telling Satyam. You will come to me. Satyam te, prati jane priyoshi me. And then Krishna is telling to Arjuna, priyoshi me, you are my dear friend. You are my dear devotee. Priya, you are very dear to me. Prati jane, please do a pratigya. You also declare yourself. So acharyas tell that Krishna has already told what is the need that again he tells to Arjuna that you also tell again. So acharyas tells that sometimes Krishna breaks his promise also. Sometimes Krishna doesn't follow what he told, but he never ever breaks the promise of his devotee. If a devotee tells something, then Krishna becomes very serious to protect the promise of his devotee. If you remember in the war, when Duryodhana accused Bhishma Pitama that you are doing partiality, you are not killing the Pandavas, you are not fighting according to your strength. And then Bhishma Pitama did a pratigya that these are the 5 arrows. Tomorrow I am going to kill a Pandava. If I'm not able to kill the Pandava, then I'll compel Lord Krishna to break his vow. What was his vow? That Krishna told that I will not pick up any weapon in the Mahabharata war. So I'll compel Krishna to break his vow. And everyone sleeping very nicely. And Krishna was not getting sleep. Krishna tells Arjuna, what you are doing? Sleeping in the night. Get up. Go to Duryodhan. And you remember, you had when you protected Duryodhan from the Gandharvas, Duryodhana, he told you to ask a boon, and you told that when the right time will come, I'll ask. This is the right time. Go right now to Duryodhan, ask that boon, and take that 5 arrows. Otherwise, tomorrow will be Ram Ram Satya for you. Nobody can protect you. And in the middle of the night, Krishna sends Arjuna to Duryodhana's house. And Duryodhana tells her, oh, Arjuna, what happened? In the middle of the night, you are coming. And Arjuna tells that, I want these 5 arrows. Duryodhana was surprised to understand, my God, how come he knew in the middle of the night? Night only it happened all things, and how come he got the news? And Duryodhana gave those 5 arrows. In the morning time, when Pitama Bhishma asked, Duryodhana, where are the 5 arrows? They are gone. Arjuna took. Then Bhishma Pitama could understand, my God, I am trying to defeat Pandavas, but so many Pandavas. Because Bhishma has taken a vow, he was fighting with his full strength. And then Krishna was observing Arjuna. Arjuna was getting prostrated because Bhishma was in full action. And for the first time in the war, Krishna sees that Arjuna, the sweat is coming out from Arjuna's cheeks. Krishna could understand, my God, Arjuna ka bhi ho jayega abhi. I have to do something, otherwise I can't protect Arjuna. And that is the time Krishna takes the will in his hand and he was running towards Bhishma Pitama to kill him. And Bhishma sees, my God, Krishna has broke his promise. Tang, tang, tang. Krishna has broke his promise. Krishna lifted a weapon and Krishna had promised that I will not lift anything. Then Bhishma becomes so happy that just see God to protect the promise of his devotee, the God is ready to break his promise. Because Pitama Bhishma had a promise that I will make Lord to break his promise just to please Pitama Bhishma. Krishna broke his own promise. That is how Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, I tell sometime that I'll go to Vrindavan after one day after killing Kamsa, but till now I have not returned to Vrindavan. The gopis are they are they are shouting at me. So please, people don't take my words seriously, but you promise because I take my best effort to protect the promise of my devotees. Pratijane priyosi me. You are my priya, you are my best devotee. You do the promise, automatically it will be all people for the future, they will believe it. And this is like the essence sloka of Bhagavad Gita. So just read this sloka, keep this sloka in your heart, memorize this sloka, and always have a faith that when you are doing manmana, thinking about Krishna, becoming his devotee, worshipping Krishna, you are doing pranam to Krishna. Krishna is always there with you to protect. Krishna is yours. And that is how Krishna tells this sloka. And Krishna ends Bhagavad Gita with this sloka. Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam saranam brajaha aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami masucho. Somebody may think that if I'll give everything and surrender to Krishna, what will happen? Something will happen, then who will protect? Krishna is telling, I am there to protect you. Don't have a faith on me. Sarva dharma parityaja. Just give up everything. Mamekam saranam braja. Just surrender to me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashami masucho. I will make you get rid of all the sinful thing. Don't worry, Ma Sujo. I am with you. So Krishna is giving a hope again in the Gita that whatever instruction I am telling, somebody may get fearful now. If I'll do, something will happen. If I'll stop puja of that devata and worship Krishna, then that devata will become angry on me. Then who will protect? Krishna is telling, Ma Sujo, daro mat. Don't fear, I'm there with you. So if you are surrendering to me and you are giving sarva dharma parityaja, if you are giving everything, other puja, other worship, other things, other yoga, and mamekam saranam braja, if you are surrendering to me only, aham tum sarupapi, I will take care of you because you are my responsibility. I'm taking responsibility of your life. Moksha Shami Masuja, why you are fearing? If the Gajendra elephant surrendered to me, I protected him. And Draupadi surrendered to me, raised his two hands, I protected. Don't you have faith on me? So Krishna ends the Bhagavad Gita with this message that I am your eternal father, I am your mother, I am your father, you are my part and parcel. So, my dear child, have faith on my words, have faith on my instruction, and just try to get connected to me. I am waiting for you. I am waiting for you to come close to me and to help you. And just I'm waiting to take back to Godhead, to my own home, your eternal home. Come on. And that is what the message of Bhagavad Gita so beautifully Krishna gives this to Arjuna in this 18th chapter. And when all this knowledge Sanjay is hearing and he's translating to Duryodhana, to Dhritarashtra, at last Sanjay tells that, now Arjuna tells that, oh my dear Krishna, all my doubts were vanquished now. I got the clarity of all the picture. I am ready to fight now. Tell me whom to kill. And Krishna lifts his Gandiva bow and again stands with full faith on Krishna's instruction that I am ready. Just order me what to do. And with that, Sanjay tells that wherever there is a Sabyasachi, wherever Arjuna and Krishna are there, nobody can defeat them. Victory is guaranteed in the side of Pandavas. With that, the Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter ends. So we tried today in this 1 hour to just go through the flow of Bhagavad Gita. And in this flow of Bhagavad Gita, we saw the different yogas what Krishna has explained in Bhagavad Gita very beautifully. The thread of Bhagavad Gita we understood, and how in this thread the bhakti, what the devotion is coming highlighted in the middle 6th chapter. That was the essence of Bhagavad Gita we saw. So here I just want to end my class. And anybody have any comment or any questions, please feel free to ask. You all can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. Hare Krishna. And yeah, any comment also, any reflection also, if possible, you can share.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for nice explanation. So प्रभु जी इसमें हमको कंटिन्यूटी कैसे मिलेगा, मतलब एक एक चैप्टर के, मतलब इसके बाद ये ऐसे कंटिन्यूटी कैसे मिलेगा?
Yeah, so I didn't touch much about the link connection technicalities. I didn't enter into because 1 hour I just thought of going through the whole chapter. So if I'll go into the technicalities, then it will become very long. So what we can do when
Okay,
we are studying the Bhagavad Gita section by section, one chapter to another chapter, that time I'll explain you the technical connection. Here also I just
okay.
touched on
Yes, yes.
slightly, but didn't enter
Uh,
much into it because otherwise
okay,
the
okay.
whole book won't be possible to complete in this 1 hour.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. You understood the complete the flow of the Bhagavad Gita, how Krishna is taking Arjuna through the yogas. That is clear.
Yeah, yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
यस प्रभु जी
Uh,
मतलब अर्जुना जो विश्वरूप देके मतलब लास्ट में पता चल गए गॉड है सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड हेड सो
yes, 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 yes.
तभी सब छोड़ के भगवान का इंस्ट्रक्शन को एक्सेप्ट किया है तब तक
Correct.
उसका माइंड में मतलब ऐसे ऐसे थिंकिंग चल रहा मैं कर रहे सही है सही है सही है ऐसे
Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Anybody else have any comment, questions about today's topic?
Yeah, Abuji. So actually, many times it happens that we actually read all these things, we understand, and then we forget it. So how to just memorize it for a very long time?
Yeah. So when you read it and understand it, forget it. So that the main principle is that repeat, repeat, repeat. The more you revise it, repeat it, it goes into your brain. There are short-term memory, there is a long-term memory. So whenever you are understanding some concept, it is in the short-term memory. But when you repeat it, revise it, slowly it sunk into the long-term memory. Then it's your permanent asset. But till it goes into the long-term memory, he has to revise it so many times. So that is what effort we should play. So once you do that, then automatically it will be permanently stored in your brain. Right? Hare Krishna. How did you like the thematic class?